I'll be home later. Remember, no bothering the new neighbor who is not an elephant.
The new neighbor wasn't an elephant. He had an elephant. George felt very misunderstood. Why, the elephant must have gone out too. Well, that thing would never fit inside the apartment. Could there be a chainsaw in Mabel's? So many things made similar sounds. How could George figure out what he'd been hearing upstairs? For George to be certain, he had to go right to the source. That sort of sounded like his neighbor, but not really. The man with the yellow hat was right. George hadn't heard an elephant. But then, what had he heard? That was the sound.
So the upstairs neighbor has a Galapagos tortoise that's been wrapping gifts and making juice. George, I'm gonna say this one more time. There is no way...
Yes?
Hi there. We're your downstairs neighbors, and...
Oh, so nice to meet you.
George!
What's he doing?
I think he's looking for your, elephant.
My what?
Oh, we heard some loud sounds. Very loud sounds.
Very loud. Oh, I am so sorry. Sometimes I get carried away working on my art.
Art?
I am an artist. I do murals. I mix my paint here. Then I use these rubber stamps I made. Here's one of my completed works.
Oh! We also heard something like a bag of rocks dropping. Do you use rocks in your work?
No. Oh, that was a bag of groceries. It fell off the counter.
What on earth is that? Sounds like an elephant finger painting. Huh? It does.
Luckily, someone left these skates in the recycling center. See? See, what we'll do is I'll have skates on, then I'll lift the corner of the wagon, then you pull it, and me. Sometimes, George, I think I'm a genius. Oh, gee, skating's harder than it looks. Hey, I know. We'll take one of these skates, strap her to the block of wood, right? Then... Or maybe we'll just use your baby carriage wheel. George, you need to put the... Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Well, here goes nothing. Hey, it works! Kinda wants to turn all the time. I guess we need a wheel exactly the same size as the other ones. Huh. Nope. 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 Huh. You know what? I'm starting to think hurling Betsy's wheel down the hill wasn't such a great idea after all. We'll never find another wheel the exact same size as the other three, unless we shrink them all to this size. I guess I'll go call Aunt Margaret. What? You tried one of those, remember? See, there's 3 left. George, that's it! There! Now they're all the same size. George, you saved the day.
Hi, you guys. Ooh. Hey, George, did you help Steve go get my wagon?
Look, I can explain everything. See, I had this crazy idea. I thought if... wait, we didn't go get your wagon. We brought the wagon with us to get your package.
But that's what's in the package. See? Aunt Margaret got me a new wagon since the wheels on my old one kept popping off. Well, what's the matter?
Looks great.
George, I'm so grateful to you for helping Steve. I want you to have my old one.
Too bad we never found the 4th wheel. Those baby carriage wheels won't hold up long.
Ice cream, anybody?
Sure. I wonder what happened to that other wheel. Oh well, some things are just a mystery.
Whoa! Hold it closer to the heavy end! something just like we do that you don't have to practice for? Hand out these flyers to everyone. That's how I started, you know. Oh!
Okay, bye-bye.
Meow!
Cats.
George was proud to be a starter zucchini. He gave out every flyer. And that night, everyone he knew came to the show. Everyone. Gnocchi just wanted to watch. She found a quiet place where she couldn't possibly bother anyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, for our first amazing feat, we are going to need a volunteer. What about you, Chef?
Oh, yes. Yes, me. Yes, yes. Okay, just relax, Chef. We'll do everything. This is like a dream come true.
Gnocchi ran to Chef Biscotti whenever she saw him. So why should now be any different?
Is that a...
Oh, it's Gnocchi. Leo, don't sneeze.
I can't help it.
Look, they made Gnocchi part of the act, too.
George knew this was a problem.
Leo, just back up.
I can't back up.
Gnocchi couldn't decide who she'd rather go to. So she stopped and thought it over.
I can't last much longer.
Giorgio, walk out on the wire and take Gnocchi away, okay?
On the wire? Isn't that the monkey who always knocks us down?
Gnocchi, go with Giorgio.
This was just like that mop. So George shifted his hands.
Now I know where George was all day, practicing to be in the show.
We made it!
After a sneeze break, the show went on and was a great success. And when it was over,
Because of their great balance, we voted to make George and Chef Biscotti official zucchinis.
Oh!
And you're welcome to practice with us anytime.
So that was all real? Oh, I'm glad I didn't know. I would have worried.
Nothing to worry about. George is a natural.
But maybe he should stick to the high wire.
George was really flying that kite now. Or maybe it was flying him.
Ha ha ha!
Left without saying goodbye. City folk.
Over the years, I've seen everything in the waters around here. Seen trout, salmon, haddock.
Did you see that flying monkey?
Seen flying monkeys, striped bass, blowfish.
George was flying with birds. It was a monkey's best dream come true. Now that he'd lived his dream, his arm was getting sore and he wanted to go home. But he had no idea how to do that.
George? Oh, I could have swore this was where I left that kid with my kite. George, where are ya? He couldn't wait. Boy, for a city kid who never flew a kite before, got her up higher than I ever did. Whoa!
Well, hi, Bill.
You own binoculars?
Sure do.
What's trailing behind that kite?
Oh, it's George. It's George? And he's got a squirrel on his head. Bill, you call the fire department.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. They seem to know how to do everything.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going up there after him.
The world below looked beautiful and unfamiliar. George wasn't even sure which way was home anymore. Oh, and the squirrel in his head was hungry. Flying was the best and the worst thing that had happened to him all day.
George! George!
It was his friend, the man with the yellow hang glider.
George, I need you to reach out and take my hand with a hand, foot, whatever. All right, guys, hang on tight. We're going home.
George would never forget the day he was almost a bird. And he added almost being a bird to the list of things squirrels don't like.
You're a natural kite flyer, kid.
Good work. Lunch is ready. Here's some lunch for you too, Jumpy.
It's time to bring her in, George!
wasn't perfect. Yet. George's tree had everything a tree has, including a homing pigeon in his new home.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Wow, that's a lot of dirt.
I left Hundley in charge, and when I came back, dirt everywhere. If only I spoke Dachshund.
I wish you spoke pigeon. A homing pigeon's been living on our balcony for...
Little blue pigeon with a yellow tag?
Yeah. You've seen it too?
That's Compass. I thought he was lost forever.
And I thought the pigeon would be happier on the balcony if it had a small tree to Oh, no. Oh, what?
If one of us spoke Dachshund, I bet this wouldn't have been a surprise.
George, where are you? Is that a tree?
George had never felt prouder. Now that he had the perfect home, the bird could live here forever.
Compass, good to see you. Yeah, Compass is an almost homing pigeon. He won't admit he has a weak sense of direction.
George, the doorman is the pigeon's friend. He came to take him home. To his real home.
Everybody, look who's home.
See? He's back where he belongs. I bought it for birds to sit in, so you can draw them. Nice effort, George. But birds want to sit in a real tree. Compass! Look, a real tree for you. Make yourself at home.
The pigeons still didn't know what George was, but he sure made a good tree. So George headed home with 12 donuts, and everything was perfect.
Wait! I don't have your address! He must be late. You took too long to make the donuts there. We're sorry!
You're in charge while I'm gone, Hundley.
George realized he couldn't go home because then those donut people would know where he lived.
Woo! We're right behind you!
So, in the end, George headed home with 12 donuts.
There's no monkey on that dog. Monkey! We lost him.
sure, man. Huntley saw them outside and barked. Somehow, he knew they were looking for you. He's so smart.
Relax, Monkey. Donuts are here. Phew, everything's okay.
Wow, those smell so good. I'm sorry I didn't ask you to buy more than 1 dozen. You look hungry, George. I'll make eggs, then it's donut time. It's a little dark in here. I'll open some curtains. So, anything exciting happened today, George? I passed by the D family. They look pretty happy. So, what do you want, scrambled? How about fried? I never realized how nicely insulated this handle is. Oh, careful. Hey, wait a minute. I don't remember buying this car. Did you put that donut there? Oh, what a waste of food. Now we only have 11 to eat.
Here's the... Say, where'd they all go?
What?
The 100 dozen donuts.
100 We have 1 dozen donuts? Look.
Well, Miss Donuts asked me to give you the bill.
Wow, what a mistake. How could they think you bought 100 dozen What? How did... Oh... Why, George? Well, at least I know you were paying attention. We've got to put these donuts in bags or something. Oh, what are we gonna do with them all?
So, in the end, George got 1 dozen donuts, like he was supposed to. And the hard-working firefighters thought everything was perfect.
How many left, George?
George had 3 great-looking boats. But just looking boaty didn't make them float. At last, George had something he knew would float. Bill wasn't going to win any contest with a tiny board. And this is what he had to work with. Maybe it was time to study boats in action. Wide boats seem to work well. Steam coming out. A propeller. And a good solid bottom. Okay, a wide boat with steam coming out and a propeller.
All done. I'm just gonna drop my bike at home. Would you mind watching my boat for a few more minutes?
Phew.
Newspaper delivery is an exact business. People expect it at the same time every day. Thanks for watching my boat. Where is my boat? George! You built this yourself? Wow. I thought city kids just bought everything. Where'd you say my boat was? Holy cow! You did me a real favor, George. I forgot to close the windows. Thanks for showing me. I would have really been sunk if it happened in the contest. Model boating requires utmost attention to tiny details. And keeping the water out. Come on, let's go enter. Hey, you gotta bring your boat to enter it. Sure. Who else has a boat like that?
Let's hear it for our winners!
Congratulations, George. I didn't even know you built a boat.
I convinced them to enter it. And did you see this? It says best boat by a monkey. That's funny. They must have run out of regular ribbons. I'll take care of this. I'll ask them to make you one that says best boat by a city kid.
He hoped studying the big clock would show him exactly what to do with the little clock. George was glad that noise had stopped. But maybe it was time to pack up and go home.
That clock has never stopped, ever!
The big clock on the library stopped.
Well, let's go! Wait, Stu. What are we supposed to do?
We're the fire department. We'll figure it out. Mr. Elo, the big clock stopped.
The big library clock that the whole city depends upon?
Yeah.
Oh, that clock has never stopped, ever. We must move like lightning.
He was sure he had all the tools, but George still felt like he was missing something.
Okay, miss, thank you. Please, step outside. I must listen. Whose tools are these? What's a little monkey like you doing in a huge clock like this? Well, would you like me to help you? Okay, and this goes there. Now, you see? What a beautiful clock. Did you make it? I know everything about clocks, but not one thing about understanding monkey. Well, be more careful in the future, eh? Time is a precious thing.
Compass? What have we said about bringing pigeons indoors, George?
Oh, it's all right. Are you showing him my clock? Well, go ahead.
George, how did this heavy metal toolbox get so...
That puffy-making oven was even more amazing than the floppification pot.
Oh my goodness. If Salatesio likes my food, she's tell everybody to eat here. Wish me luck.
George wanted to show Noki how pots make things floppy.
What was all of that noise? I give out. What have you done? But I can't serve delicate pasta with a little monkey sitting in it. At least I still have this batch of plain spaghetti.
George knew the chef would be happy with all the fun extra things he'd turned floppy.
Who turned my plain pasta into crowded spoon soup?
Somehow, floppification didn't work on spoons.
There isn't one cherry tomato in this salad. You promised cherry tomatoes.
Well, don't. Wait, no, please,
Ugh, I don't like this at all. But it smells good.
She was right. The longer that stuff stayed in the floppifying pot, the better it smelled.
Do you know there's a cat and a monkey in your kitchen?
The monkey made the stew.
Ooh, quite good.
Oh, but you said you don't like it.
If you made it, it's no good. But for a monkey, woohoo! What's his recipe?
Well,
Never mind, I got it.
Chef Biscotti didn't scold George much, but he insisted George clean up the mess he made.
oh, you're lucky you got the 4 hands. You can do things twice as quickly. I wish I knew how you chose these ingredients. Asparagus.
The green spears turned out nice and floppy.
1 hard-boiled egg.
But the egg didn't look floppy at all. Eggs don't floppify. They get harder.
A lot of cheese.
And cheese becomes goop. Cooking seemed to have no rules at all.
I'm done! You said there'd be cookies. Please, this dish was excellent. What do you call it?
Sudden emergency ravioli. And meatball.
4 stars. And another star for the meatball. I'll give your monkey a star, too. Oh, I'm so generous.
Hot cookies coming up as promised.
How did he make that into that? Maybe kitchens aren't magic. Maybe it's cooks who are magic.
Yoki, how you can lose so many balls, huh?
Any day that starts out just smelling and ends with a cookie is a pretty great day. Being a dog, Hunley had tasted a lot of tennis balls. But these were the first that ever tasted like ink. These were the valuable balls the doorman promised to protect. Hunley couldn't stop George from opening boxes that he thought belonged to him. But he knew how to play defense. It was tough for George to guess who sent all this stuff to him.
Hold on, there's a monkey and a wiener dog at the door. Those careless delivery guys. If any of my balls aren't properly packed, I'm gonna be very upset.
Now George understood. These boxes belonged here, and the delivery man gave them to George by mistake.
I'll be down to check every last one as soon as I'm off the phone.
They had to clean up before the ball collector came downstairs. All they had to do was put the balls back into the right boxes. How hard could that be? Sometimes things don't fit when they look like they should. Or they fit in more than one place. But there's only one place they really belong. And once you figure that out, it's easy. Even if you're a monkey. Hundley showed George how to lay them flat. They did it. All the balls were back where they started. Kind of.
Looks like they're all here. Oh, even the priceless Andy Turkey Roly Perfect Score bowling ball.
I'm back. Is everything okay?
My delivery came. Your dog and monkey took care of everything.
That's great. Thank you, Hundley. Thank you, George. It's nice to know Hundley has help keeping the place clean and organized. George, would you like to help Hundley again tomorrow morning? You can be my official door monkey. I won't be here, and tomorrow is water delivery day.
Oh, that's a nice recording of a cricket. Was it one of these? You know, hundreds of crickets chirping together can make a soothing, peaceful sound. But one little cricket in a quiet house can drive you bananas. Is there one in our house? Well, he probably wants to get out and go home. Here, catch him and free him outside. And here's a tip, George. Crickets are attracted to light.
Now that the mystery was solved and George knew what he was looking for, this was going to be easy. George was already smarter than a cricket, and he knew how to be faster. Then, a strange new sound. And then George set the cricket free to happily hop back to his cricket home.
Did you free that cricket? Good work! I am sure that's one happy cricket. Okay, that cricket left us some cleanup work, don't you think, George? Whew, all done. Ooh, sleep tight, George. Are you sure you put it outside? You know, George, if we don't catch that cricket, we'll never get any sleep. I've got it!
The man with the yellow hat didn't have the cricket, but he did have a solution. George, a dog pile. Hundley knew this meant trouble for someone. No papers, no yellow hat. The man must have gone out to drop off his work. The whole place was filled with strange dogs. Very strange dogs. How many dogs did George have in here? George wanted to know how many dogs he had, too. He counted. But he stopped at 37. That sounded wrong. And he never counted that little one at all. He wanted to count every dog only once. So he stuck the 3 small ones in his room, where he knew he could see them. He led the big ones into the man with the yellow hat's room, where they couldn't run around so much. And the hairy ones went in the bathroom. George wanted this one in with the big dogs. But it was hairy enough to go with the Harrys. There were 3 big, 3 small, and 3 hairy dogs.
George, I'm home. Oh, Hundley, what are you doing here? spread. George, there are like 20 dogs in here.
George remembered all the dogs.
So, where did these 3 and 3 and 3, 9 dogs come from?
I'm just so happy they're all back and all safe.
Well, everyone's back where they belong.
Huh?
Hundley! Stop the car! Hundley's in there! Come back!